Hey there, it's Lenny McGill with the GlockStore Performance and Custom Shop here inside the Shoot 270 ranges, which are inside the GlockStore here in Nashville. And we're continuing to test our 26X because it is awesome. I've been carrying it for a while. We do have a holster for it. A lot of people are asking that question. I've got our little $35 holster on that I love because it allows us to just have an inside the waistband holster. Simple, it's inexpensive, and it really works. It's lightweight and it works great. But today I'm going to do a little drill for you as we continue to test this gun. And the drill is basically a little self-defense drill. And this is something you can't do at a normal range. The self-defense drill allows us to engage multiple targets in kind of multiple directions and try to shoot fast. I mean, the objective here, for me at least, is to shoot as fast as I can. Now the targets are close because I believe in a gunfight, in a real gunfight, you're actually going to be close. You know, I mean, you can put the targets back and make it more difficult, but really what we're trying to do is practice speed here and being able to deliver shots onto a target. Now, a lot of times, you know, and many of you know that I've been involved with the USPSA competition for, 30 years now. Double taps are really common, you know, and so what happens, I see a lot of competition shooters who are kind of married to double taps. Even when they don't want to do a double tap, they do a double tap. So what we're going to do is something a little different here. We're going to shoot three shots in the center mass, and then immediately come back and do single shot, single shot, single shot. And the goal here is, of course, to try to simulate a self-defense scenario, okay? Because in a real life, you're not going to be shooting down a lane, and you're not going to shoot just one shot, or not going to do a double tap. You're probably going to go da 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 da, you know, as much as you can just to stop the threat. So we're going to gear up a little bit, but I want to show you the 26X right now because there's a lot of questions about it. And this one in particular, I've outfitted with one of our pyramid triggers, and it's got our EDC magwell. All right, so a lot of questions on that. A lot of people ask, oh, well, what's it going to fit? So I've been testing it extensively with a pyramid trigger and other triggers as well as other magwells. So, but this is the setup I like, and this is what we're going to practice with. And we're going to do this drill, and then we'll have some questions in between. So let's gear up, and we'll get shooting here in just a second. All right, eyes and ears, we're ready to shoot now. I've got two cameras going here, and a little bit of pressure. These guys are good shooters, so I got to make sure I step it up. Remember, I'm shooting close for a reason, because that's how I feel a gunfight's going to happen. And I want to shoot fast, and I want to be as aggressive with the gun as possible. The 26X, you know, kind of with that grip frame, you know, the size of it just is perfect for being able to rip. Kind of just like that. Let's do it again. Get out of here. Finger gets stuck a little bit, but still working. Here we go. That's not bad. Kept them all on the paper. Good shots. Aggressive, time-wise, it looks pretty good. You know, so the concept here is, you know, one, you can't do that at your lane range. Got to come down here to the GlockStore, the Shoot 270 experience here in Nashville. They're shooting next door. So we invite you to come down and learn, you know, how to shoot like this, because this is what self-defense is all about. All right, for the 26X, it's been a huge success. We've had a lot of demand and a lot of interest from, you know, people all around the country. And there's a lot of questions. So I'm going to go ahead and read some of the questions, the frequently asked questions, and give you an answer here. So basically, a viewer or a writer or a customer writes in and says, what parts are compatible with the 26X? Compatible with the 26X. And well, like I said, any part that fits into a Glock 26, 27, 33 will fit into this frame. It is a mid-size or Glock 19 size frame that accepts 26, 27, 33 size parts. So basically, like I said earlier, I've got the pyramid trigger in here. I've got an EDC magwell for a Glock 19 on the frame, but the pyramid trigger is for a 26. So any part that's going to fit into a 26, 27, 33 will fit into the frame. On the outside, it'll be a Glock 19. All right, next question. What lights fit on the 26X? Well, we have designed the 26X frame to accept the Glock 43X lights. This rail is basically a G43X rail. So any of the lights that fit on the G43X will fit on this rail. Next question here, what kind of holsters accommodate the 26X? Well, as I said a little bit earlier, we are making a holster, which is basically our $35 holster. There's a couple other holster companies who have contacted us who want to make a holster. You can see it fits. So yes, there are holsters here and they are coming, and we have them available for the launch date in mid-September. What generation is this frame? That's a good question. Now, keep in mind, this is not a Glock OEM frame, okay? This is a frame that we developed here at the GlockStore. It is really, if you want what generation, it's generation 1 for us, but it will mimic some of the generation 5 characteristics of a Glock, all right? So it's not exactly the same as a Glock on the outside by design, okay? But it is one of our designs, and it's our first generation. So keep in mind, it's not a Glock OEM product. It does accept Gen 3, 4, or 5 parts into it. The outside, like I said, is basically a Glock 19 outside Gen 5. Now here's a good one, kind of dear to my heart because, you know, I'm from California in a sense. I didn't grow up there, but I spent, 35 years there. Is the 26X California compatible or California compliant? And the answer, of course, is no. The crazy politicians in California have a roster of guns, and that roster of guns has all kinds of requirements around it, and so that's why you won't find Gen 5s or Gen 4s even on the California roster of approved firearms. Kind of get that through your head. The government is now allowing you, which is like crazy. Oh, you can have this gun, but you can't have that gun. Somehow, the Gen 3 is better than the Gen 4, or the Gen 3 is safer than the Gen 4. I don't get it. But bottom line is the 26X is not California compliant. And the last question I have here is basically, when will this be delivered? Well, we are projecting our launch or our release date for mid-September. So, this is manufacturing. Things happen, but that's when we expect everything to come together, and that we'll have product and we'll be shipping. And we hope you're part of our launch. So thanks for watching again. I'm Lenny McGill. We'll see you next time.